So here we are going to have a tour with Lucinda around Outways.
So we're blessed with this view, and we get a wow every morning, and everybody who arrives get a wow. This is like our first winter through, so it's been interesting to sort of watch the changes, the bareness, and obviously we've survived 3 to 4 really big storms. And now we've just spotted the first snowdrops. In fact, there's some over there as well.
Oh, there are, yeah.
I was so busy looking out for primroses.
There. Yeah.
So we could walk down here actually. So this is a lovely spot just to sit and take it all in. And there's a bit of a garden down the bottom that will probably end up being our more personal garden. But this is a lovely spot for whether it's family or gatherers to sit. With just the fields, you've got Julo over there, the sea is kind of over there.
Beautiful.
It is, blessed every day. And we get the sunrise from here as well. In fact, June the 21st, solstice last year, we had a little bit of a breakfast club and everybody gathered at around about 4:15 and we had breakfast with the sunrise. And we're going to do it again this year. It'll be a whole day of just chilling out, but definitely breakfast for sunrise.
Beautiful. So I can see some wooden structures over there. What's happening there?
So, I previously, since 2011, was working in a cabin that Greg built for me in our back garden in the village on the estate. Because I've been self-employed since I was 20, so I don't think I'm very good at being employed anymore. So when we moved in on the 1st of June, and I wanted continuity with my clients, so set up in the dining room. But ultimately, Greg wants me out of there, which so do I. So we are starting to build a new cabin. So at the moment, it's posts. The weather has thwarted Greg because it's been just too wet to be putting postcrete in, but it's going to be a round shape and there will be 3 window door things that open up. And so the idea is, you've heard of an infinity pool. Well, I'm going to call it my infinity couch. So the couch will be around about here, and I envisage myself working away with my clients, and it'd be like an infinity couch. So basically, that'll be the view for clients.
Beautiful. So the view for the clients.
Yeah. So
lovely.
Really exciting. So just stepping over the channel here that has been dug this very day by our wonderful friend. I'm going to give him a little bit of a plug, Ben Taylor, who is an amazing builder, and he came with his mini tractor digger thing and has made the trench ready for electrics, which we will show you what's going to be. So that'll be electric to Serenity from the garage. And down here, we were laughing earlier because Bumble fell in.
Yes.
Which is why he's transferred. Poor Prince.
And we've got primroses, I see. Look, there we go.
Yes, primroses.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That has literally happened today in the last few days.
That bit of warmth we've had.
We didn't notice those on Saturday. So as we come up here, we've got the geodome number 1, which will be called Sanctuary, based on the fact I've got this sign, wooden sign with Sanctuary etched into it, that I picked up from a second-hand shop in Lostwithiel years ago. And I thought, I've got to have that, it's going to come in handy for something. And so it's going to go in here, and the first one will be called Sanctuary. And the idea here is what we might call seated or laid down things. meditation sound journeys, sitting in circle. Then we do have another geodome which will go up in spring. I think probably when Greg's recovered from putting this one up, because it really has been a learning curve. And because the land goes down, it's on a really secure base, it's battened down, and because of its shape, it did survive the storms. So the other one, I envisage it being more seated around a table, sort of gatherings.
Okay, yeah.
And we had an open day on Saturday, just for folks to pop in and have a look and see where we're at. And
Did you get a lot of people turn up?
we did, especially for Kelly, who I shall talk about in a moment. Greg really made progress on the steps to the geodome. They're really starting to look like steps now, and in due course we will have a ramp for accessibility, one thing at a time. So I haven't got the key, otherwise we could have a look in there. But,
We can do that another time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a fire pit down here.
There's a fire pit down there.
And this is going to be for anybody who's doing gatherings, whether it be Greg and I or folks who are collaborating with us. And on Saturday, our new, our sort of first person to actually work with us is Kelly for Together Wild, if you want to give her page a check on Facebook. And it's a forest school. So she set up the mud kitchen down the bottom and the play mats out, and had a really lovely amount of parents and children come along and play outside. Even though it was bitterly cold, we had the fire going, and felt really exciting actually. It felt like months and months of quite staticness because of the weather and everything, and the winter. We're suddenly moving forward now. So that is the fire pit.
Beautiful. There's the fire pit. And Bumble.
And